After an unlucky 7th round in Brazil, that even with that lack of luck that we had, we still finished in P4. We are in that same number of position in the Drivers' Championship in 4th with 71 points, 4 points less than 3rd place Jimmy with 75 points. And we see that the Real GT and Lugardo are still in 1st and 2nd respectively with 120 and 93 with their respective points. And the new entry on this top 10 is Ezequiel, who has now 26 points. In the constructors, we see that Aston Martin are dominating the standings with 166 points, and if this maintains like that, I think in the next 2 races they'll win the Constructors Championship. Second place is our team, Red Bull, with 93 points, and our sister team, AlphaTauri, is in 3rd with 81 points, and Ferrari is in danger of losing 4th because Haas, who is in 5th, has 65 points and Ferrari has 68 points, so there is a 3-point gap. And with Ezequiel in Alpine, they might drop down to even 6th position because Alpine has 62 points. McLaren is in 10th and last with 36 points, and if this race is gonna be the same thing that they're gonna maintain in last, or they're gonna make a difference and move out of that 10th position. So with that, hello there guys, and welcome to another race here in Elite Racing League for round number 8 in Belgium, which is gonna be one of the few short races, and the reason why is because it is gonna be 44 laps, and races don't take that long compared to like Austria or Brazil. And with that, let's begin in qualifying. And in Q1 it was just like setting a lap time and getting through easily, but I needed to get it second try because on the previous try I invalidated the lap time and abort that flying lap, and so after that I decided to go for that other lap, which you saw the end of it. We set a lap time of 1:43.652, which hope that it'll be enough for us to get us through, and of course it'll be, and we did. And we see that Ezequiel, Jimmy and myself are the 3 fastest drivers in Q1, and I don't know what's happening to Lugardo, but he hasn't been participating in these races recently, and ever since he got into Red Bull with myself, he's only been participating in Brazil, which was previous round, and that was it. I don't know, maybe because, well, he's gotten into a vacation trip, I don't know, but the one who is replacing Lugardo is Panther, who barely got through into Q2, although yeah, I wasn't shown that because I didn't see who were behind the top 14 below that, and Panther qualified 15th in Q1, but well, he got into Q2, so let's see if he gets into Q3 with myself. Q2 was kinda the same as Q1, but this time I did the fast lap first try instead of having to take another try, and we set a lap time of 1:42.602 with mediums, and with that we get through into Q3. Unfortunately, Panther did not get, and he's qualified in 14th. So let's see if he'll make a comeback, but well, that isn't that much relevant for myself, but rather than the team Red Bull. But well, now let's get to the third part of qualifying, and here you gotta get pretty serious with your lap times, and I was in my first lap, and unfortunately I cut turn 8 in the middle of Lecombe, invalidating my lap time, and yeah, that's just unfortunate for me. I have only 7 minutes to set a lap time I gotta get pretty serious, but I decided to convert this thing as a second out lap and do a flying lap. Hopefully getting pretty better and hopefully validated. But will I do that thing? Well, we head into Las Ruas. It's going pretty well, and we exit that corner. Unfortunately, we ran wide and we invalidated the lap time. Still, I don't think I would have finished that lap because first, it was with worn softs, and secondly, the main reason being time. It's now 6 minutes before qualifying ends, and it is a pretty long track. A lap time is like a 140 or something, a fine lap, but an out lap or in lap, yeah, it'll be like a 145 or something like that. And at 20 seconds when you enter the pit lane and box and enter the garage, and then another 20 seconds, maybe more, maybe 30 when you leave the garage and something like that. Yeah, I don't think I would have finished this lap, validated or invalidated. But because it is invalidated, it is an automatic let's go into the pits. And with that, this is our last chance to make a good lap time, and we are hitting our tires, and unfortunately oh no, that is such a terrible thing. I oversteered into the wall. Oh my goodness me, I damaged my front wing. I don't know if it's gonna be so badly that no matter how hard will I try, it'll be so significant the damage that I'll be so slow that I would still qualify in 9th or worse, even in P10, I don't know. I was considering on retiring the session or still move on and do that lap time in with that front wing damage, and I decided to, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna do that lap time. I don't know how slow it'll be, but hope it isn't so slow so I can get that list up into P8. 2 minutes later, and I finished the lap time, finding out that even with that 143.9, I still qualified. Slowest in Q3, slowest. Oh man, that is not a good thing. Qualify P10, but well, I don't know, maybe that won't matter that much, because, well, sometimes in these races in Elite Racing League, there are a bit of chaos, and you can make a comeback from whatever position you want to go, or any position, and still get a good result. Maybe a race win like Lugardo did in their previous race in Brazil, because he did a last to first successfully. Also, I'll start in P9 because Churrasco has a 5 place grid position penalty, and well, I said like 3 words that mean the same, but well, let's move on. I qualified almost 2 seconds slower than Ezequiel's pole time, and yeah, with that now let's head into the race and hope we get into lap 2 without any damages. So we get to start on medium tires, and we loaded the fuel with 98 kilograms of it and no tire pressure change, and we are underway for the 8th round in Elite Racing League, and Capo has fun starting the race, and we head into Las Ruas down the inside, not a safe spot. Fortunately, we got away cleanly and we got up into P8, so we are, well, in reality it was because of Capo's spin, but well, at least we are safe and with no damages. And we see that an AlphaTauri is trying to overtake me, and well, he overtook me, but he got boxed by his teammate Sammy, and I tried to overtake him around the outside into the comb. Unfortunately, I couldn't have that much grip to still be wheel to wheel with him, and we see that there's some bit of a tight fight for P4, and we exit no name corner and we are still in P8, but that'll change on lap 3 because Luis has gotten into the comp very badly. And with that we get up into P7, but we need to be careful with the track limits, because on the previous lap, on lap 2, I've gotten 2 track limit warnings. And I don't want to get a third one, because if I get that one, I'll get a 3-second time penalty. And so, despite us needing to go fast in order to get places, I need to be also careful. And that's the thing, I wasn't going heading into campus because, well, as you can see, I almost spun. Fortunately, I could save the car and move on, and let's see if we can overtake Sammy in the next lap, or we need to wait until the next few laps. But we were ending lap 3 and we see that Nevado has spun, and so we get up into P6, and so we see that now Sammy and the others are now pretty near us. So let's see if we can overtake Sammy in this lap and we exit the source in a good way, but unfortunately I wasn't exiting that good enough and I couldn't overtake Sammy, but we exit like oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me, Ezekiel and the real GT has spawned, and that means that we are now up into P4 and we're about to overtake Pablo, but no, I decided to not overtake him and do a switchback, and we are gonna be wheel to wheel heading to 4, but I decided to not overtake him right now because it was gonna be a bad idea. Sammy now has a 3-second time penalty, so if I would overtake Pablo, I would have been up into P2 with the penalties applied, but I wanted to go for the long game. I want to win the race, but unfortunately it won't be easy because there is an Aston Martin, and that Aston Martin is from Jimmy, and he's pretty far away, and Pablo overtook Sammy, but it was obvious because he's on soft tires, but we overtake Sammy into the bus stop chicane. We did not. He pushed me wide. Oh, that's such a bad thing. But, well, it wasn't that much to deal with. And we exit La Source once again in a pretty good manner. This time it was great enough that we overtake Sammy, but no, unfortunately, Sammy has enough straight line speed to maintain wheel to wheel with me, and I overtake him down the inside into the comb. And even with those snaps of oversteer that I almost spun, we maintained P3. And with that, yeah, it was maintaining P3 because Sammy has that 3-second time penalty, and before that overtake I will still be in P3, but at least I now have space and clean air to now focus and overtake Pablo. But on lap 6, after a not so relevant VSC cut ended, I ran wide into the bus stop chicane, and now we are down to P4, and that is such a bad thing because now I lost like 2.5 seconds, and now I have to do this process all over again, and yeah, my chances to win this race might seem now gotten to 0. Oh man, but well, at least I can maybe get P2. So on lap 9, I am trying to get back into the podium and P2, and we overtake Sammy, this time round the outside into Lecombe, and on the, oh my goodness, I made contact with Sammy, and oh no, that is such a terrible thing, and I ran wide and made some techniques to not receive another track limit violation warning, and we see that Sammy is now out of the race. Yeah, I made him spin and now he rage quitted. Oh boy, I don't wanna get a penalty. I don't wanna get a penalty, and unfortunately I might get that thing, and I almost spun into the campus corner, but I don't know, maybe I won't even get to P2 now, because look at the gap. Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I will because Pablo is on softs, and these soft tires will get destroyed, right? Right? To my surprise, Pablo's soft tires did not get destroyed, and even on lap 18, almost halfway through the race, and I overtake him down the inside into La Source, but we make a switchback. Fortunately, I did not get another track limit violation because I ran wide. But heading back to the topic of his soft tires, it was a surprise for me that he's still maintaining in second, and it is barely on lap 18 when I overtake him. And so I was having a plan, and that plan is that what if I don't box for hards and instead I box for soft tires? And well, I gotta wait until next few laps to see which lap will Pablo box, so I can calculate in which lap will I box. And that happened at the end of lap 20 when Pablo finally boxes for another set of tires. And if you have seen for a quite a few tenths of a seconds, or maybe pause this video to see the tire that I have, you will see that I was now getting closer to 60% of tire wear. So yeah, that'll be a pain for my tires, but I'm gonna box at the end of lap 24 because it is gonna be 20 laps to go, and Pablo boxed for medium tires, so it's gonna be the same strategy that I'll do but reversed. And when I was exiting the track to go into the pit lane to box for softs, I saw that Jimmy was also doing that same strategy that I would do, and he is also gonna box for soft tires, and he's done that thing. And one thing that I wanna say about is that before I was boxing, my mediums were nearing at the 60% tire wear, and one tire, the front left tire, was at 60% of tire wear. Fortunately, I won't be that slow anymore because now I am on a bit used softs, and we dropped down to 4th after exiting the pit lane, but now we got back to P3. But unfortunately, I think that's the position that we're gonna finish because Jimmy and Pablo are pretty fast drivers, maybe the same pace as me, but look at the gap. And also, I don't want to go full on these softs because I want to maintain this thing until the end of the race, and the thing that Pablo did was magnificent. And yeah, I need to conserve my soft tires, and oh my goodness me, I almost exceeded and almost got another track limit warning, and I will get the 3-second time penalty, but fortunately I did not get. But heading back to the topic of the reason why I finished P3, it is because they're too fast, and also they're pretty far away from me. And also look at the fuel, I only have 0.16 laps of fuel to spare, and that number decreases every lap, and I cannot go full send or else I would run out of fuel. So yeah, for now I'll need to conserve a little bit of fuel and a little bit of my tires, and I think this gap will maintain like that. And yeah, unfortunately for me, I'll finish P3. And honestly, it was a pretty eventless rest of the race, and on lap 42 I was still in P3. I had some illusion that I would get up into P2 at least, but unfortunately the gap got increased, and because the gap between the driver who is behind me, Nevado, and myself is so immensely large, 16 seconds to be exact, and lots of seconds more with the penalties applied, I'm gonna box for another set of soft tires because I'm attempting to set the fastest lap of the race, and with that I'll get one more point if I get it successfully. And fortunately I don't have much risk that I would lose speed 3 because Nevado has lots of penalties and I might overtake him on the next lap to get the DRS and increase the chances to get the fastest lap of the race. And that thing beginning lap 44, the final lap of the race, and I slowed down on purpose on the bus stop chicane because I don't want to get too close to Nevado, because if I get too close to him it'll be more of like a not of a help, and instead I'll lose some tense because of it. And we open DRS and we're gonna overtake him pretty easily, deploying over. Oh my goodness, Nevado, what are you doing? You were just ramming me into the wall. But anyway, we get the fastest sector 1 because we get DRS and I deploy all my ERS and we head into the Rochelle, and we are doing this a little bit decently, and we head into the no-name corner doing this pretty greatly, and we head into 4-1. Also, it's gonna be a great pole, although yeah, it was too careful to go extremely fast for me, and we get into the campus. In this time we don't lose the car that much and we exit this set of corners. Jimmy wins the 8th round, and in reality it is Pablo who gets ascended into the race win because Jimmy gets that 3-second time penalty, and because of it it got demoted to 2nd place, and we head into the bus stop chicane with the fastest sector 2 and we headed pretty greatly, and with that we are gonna finish in 3rd position but with the fastest lap of the race. That is such a great thing. We set a lap time of 1:43.519, and with that it is the fastest lap that anyone has set in this race. Trill GT finishes P4, Nevado finishes P5, Aldagato finishes P6, Churrasco finishes P7, Legacy Quill in P8, Elysium Lay in P9, and Bernie and Minimingo in P10 and 11th, both getting lapped. And in a distant 12, 3 laps down, is my teammate Panther, who I don't think he even participated in the race and let his AI drive the car all the way to the finish line, because I think that thing, because look at their personal bests. It is at 153.9, and yeah, he went so slow, and I think it was his AI driving the car the whole time. And with that, we see that in the driver standings there were lots of changes, only one change of positions, and it is that Pablo ascends from 9th to 7th with 52 points, and that means that Skywalker and Panther are now down a place each, and Real GT extends the leading gap to 39 points. Real GT has 132 points and Lugardo has 93 points, and he's on the point of losing 2nd place in the standings because Jimmy has the exact same amount of points and I am on 4th with 87 points. And with that, that will mean that this is how this begins the fight for 2nd place in the driver standings. This is gonna be a pretty tight fight. In the constructors, we see that Aston Martin might kill the fight for 1st because they have 196 points and Red Bull, our team, has 109, and if we don't score points and Aston Martin scores 2 more points and AlphaTauri scores less than 20 points and Mercedes score less than 25 points, and with that, well, they'll win the constructors now, and it is because It is now 3 races remaining. Next round is in Great Britain and it's gonna be round 9 out of 11. The next 2 races will be Las Vegas and Abu Dhabi. And well, you see that AlphaTauri is in 3rd with 89 points and Mercedes is in 4th with 84 points. What a great leap for them because they were in 7th. Ferrari are in 5th with 78 points and McLaren, because they did not score any points, they are still in last. And with that, that is it guys. Hope you have enjoyed this video and see you guys in the next one. My last race in this season. Goodbye.